it's Jen with SFT Astrology. Welcome back to the channel. I know we've been doing on Thursdays the true crime series with serial killers, focusing on serial killers, but this week we are going to take a break from that because we have a ton of energy, intense energy going on next week, and so we decided to kind of focus on that a little bit and take a break. So we're going to be talking today about the solar eclipse that's happening in Libra on October 14th. This is going to be at 21 degrees 8 minutes of Libra and happening here in New England at 1:55 p.m. So this new moon solar eclipse, it is a solar eclipse, is a new moon, but it's very close proximity to the lunar nodes, which makes it the new moon. So it's 3 degrees. The nodes right now we're at 24 degrees, and this solar eclipse again is at 21 degrees. So if you have anything in 21 degrees of Libra or around that area, definitely going to feel this a little more intensely than everybody else, or in those degrees, those later degrees of any of the cardinal signs, you'll feel this a little bit more. So this moon is going to appear like a ring of fire, they call it. So because the moon is far out from the earth, it's not going to completely cover the sun up. It's going to cover it, and then there's going to be that orange ring of fire around the outside. So it's going to be, smaller than that. And speaking of new moons, if you have been, especially solar eclipses, one person in particular, if you've been watching the true crime series that I've been doing every week lately, you will know that if you're currently pregnant, that you're going to want to hold off on having a baby during the new moon. And definitely, if you don't know what that means, check out the videos. Really interesting, really coincidental of what these serial killers a lot of them, at least 3 of them that I've focused on have in common. So anyway, definitely check that out. I'll put a link in the description below so that you can just go and check out that series. So, and then you'll find out why you don't want to have a baby on a new moon. So the new moon is kind of about, or this eclipse is about letting go. It's about, putting something to the past. It's got a square to Pluto that's going on. It's got a Pluto T-square that's going on. So lots of energy happening. We have Mars moving into Scorpio. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I've not been feeling well, so I apologize if I cough a couple times. I'll try and hold it in if I can. Yeah, so there's a lot of energy going along with this, a lot of transformative energy with Mars moving into Scorpio, a lot of deep soul searching energy. So I really look at this eclipse like it's an ending to something, a transformative ending. So something that is going to benefit us to get rid of something to go towards a new beginning. So a lot of focus, of course, because this new moon is in, or eclipse, sorry, is in Libra. A lot of the focus is going to be on partnerships, relationships, but again, it really depends on where it falls in your chart. So, with me, it's in my 10th house. So I would say it's going to be a lot more maybe to do with my career. So if it's in your 7th house, definitely is going to have to do with partnerships. Even in your 5th house, maybe someone you're dating. So just definitely check out where this lands in your chart to see where you might feel it. Also, if you have, making aspects to the luminaries, to your angles being your MC, IC, AC, and, basically planets in, especially your personal planets in the cardinal signs. So this could be very karmic based, as it is conjunct the South Node. So the South Node is at 24 degrees, as we said, and this eclipse is at 21 degrees. So we sometimes think of the South Node as our karma or something that we're almost bringing in from the past or in a past life. And then the North Node is more of our destiny. Some people look at it that way. So, being that, it's opposite the North Node, of course, because if it's conjunct the South Node, it'll be opposite the North Node. That change, that transformation can be a bit challenging because it's, on the polar opposite. So you're going to be going through some struggles, especially if this is really hitting something in your chart. If there is someone or something, or some place even that is holding you back from progress, Libra doesn't like rocking the boat. Libra, likes to keep things on the, calm and happy and serene and peaceful, and they don't like starting arguments. They don't like, they like to keep things on the nicey. And so with the South Node being there, instead of making the progress we might need to make, we might fall back on that. So you really, don't have that fear that's going to hold you back or just causing disharmony and, chaos or anything like that. This is something you have to do for you. So it's really important that you pull away from that and you break free of what is holding you back. And, even though I am a Libra and I know what it's like to, not want to rock the boat, not want to start arguments, to want to keep things nice, this energy that's going on really is encouraging us to do it, is encouraging us to just, go against what we fear and just face it. So what else is going on that, is going to make this a little bit more intense than just a normal eclipse? Not that any eclipse is normal anyway, but so first we have, the eclipse, and it is also in a conjunction with Mercury. So Mercury is at 17 degrees of Libra. So this could mean that, again, being in Libra, that, you have to have somebody help you and talk with you or, counsel you through this transformation period. So, it's that release, something that you need to leave behind. So, it really depends on what it is. Maybe if you're looking to move and you're afraid to move, maybe find someone in the new area that you're moving to help you get to know that area, so that you can leave that other area behind. So leave, what's holding you back. You want to leave it so you can move forward. If it's a person that, maybe if you're in a bad relationship, maybe it's somebody that can help get you out of that relationship. If it's, maybe even an addiction type thing, get yourself a sponsor, get yourself a counselor. If it's, even just a workout regimen that you're starting, maybe you want to transform your body, maybe you want to get healthy, maybe you haven't been healthy for a while and you want to get healthy, a workout partner could be really helpful. If it's getting out of that toxic relationship or getting out of that toxic habit that you might have, you want to try, again, getting a counselor or a therapist to help give you the courage to, get away from that person that might be toxic in your life. Maybe a friend, a toxic friend, you want to count on your other friends. Anyway, it's getting rid of something that's bad for you to move ahead, something that is a crutch. So we also have Mars, and it's at that first degree of Scorpio. So Scorpio is about really good, getting in deep. So you really need to go deep inside yourself to find out why. Why are you using this as a crutch, this person, this place, this substance, this friend, or whatever is toxic to you, even a job that's toxic, why are you using this as a crutch? Why are you so dependent on, this habit, this thing? You have to go really deep inside yourself to find out why, what's causing this. With the full moon in opposition with Eris, that is, Eris, I think we've talked about her a little bit before. That is Mars's sister. She is a warrior goddess. She causes strife, discord. So get ready for difficulty, difficult soul searching, inner conflict, struggles. You know, it's really going to be a battle to separate yourself from whatever it is that's holding you back, that's having that grip on you. So we have this eclipse also. It's trining Saturn in Pisces. So a trine it's a nice aspect. So if you put in that work, Saturn is about, you know, getting what is due once you put the work in, but you have to put the work in. It could be a slow process, but if you put the work in, you will get the results that you desire. But you need to put that work in. You need to get that help, or get that just that fortitude, fight those demons that are deep inside, find out, you know, what's the root cause of this, and you'll be able, you know, once you get all that work done, you'll be able to get past it. It's going to take a little bit of time. We also have going on, so there's just a lot of energy going on around this. And, you know, not all these aspects are exact on this date, but, you know, they're all within degrees that, you know, things are either applying or separating, which means it's things that are, you know, you're feeling coming, or feeling like after, you know, the resonation of what happened once it passed. So we also have a T-square with Pluto and the eclipse in the North Node. So we have Pluto here, we have the eclipse over here, like that, and then we have the North Node over here. So you can see that that is a T-square because it's in a triangle. It's not a grand trine because it would be trines. These are all squared to each other because they're 90 degrees. So, you know, Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio, where we have Mars going on right now. So a lot of Plutonian energy happening, a lot of Martian energy happening, a lot of that transformative energy happening, that like death and rebirth, and not necessarily, you know, regular physical death, but the death of maybe the old you, rebirth of the new you. You know, just really transforming yourself into something better. So it's about, you know, Pluto is about gaining control. You need to get to the source of something, to get that control, to take that control back. Again, getting to the root cause is super important. So, you know, get the help that you need to get to that root cause. You know, if you need to have a counselor, if you need to have a therapist to, or even, you know, if you're giving up substances, maybe somebody that is in a AA group, or something like that, that can, you know, help you, and you guys could, you know, hold hands and help each other get through together. You know, Libra, you want a partner. So what is it you're trying to break free from? Again, is it the relationship? Why are you losing control, and why have you lost your control, and why are you allowing that to happen? Again, you know, you need to find out what is making it so you're not being assertive, you're not being, you know, true to yourself, to take that control of your own life, and letting something, someone, someplace, something else control you. That addiction, why did you let things go so far? Why did you, you know, drinking, drugs, maybe, you know, anything that could just have gone too far, to spiral out of control, that you need to now control it and reel it in. Again, if it's a job or a partner, why do you let yourself get treated unfairly? Libra is about fairness. It's about equality. So if you're in a relationship where you feel inferior, something's wrong there. You should be, you know, a relationship, or even a partnership in business is partnership. It's a partnership. It's not, you know, you being subservient to somebody else. So if that is the case, you need to say, like, why am I letting this happen? So use that Pluto energy to really go deep, and then to go for that North Node. Go for, like, you know what, I need to break free and become in control and gain control of this, and using that eclipse, new moon, that regenerative restarting that rebirth, is going to help you to just, open up and become the new you that you deserve to be. Find that harmony that Libra offers. First, again, Saturn, need to do the work. That Saturn trine in there is telling you, put in the work. You need to focus. You need to be grounded. You need to get a good foundation so you can build from there to be able to get a plan in action, a blueprint of what you mean to do. You need to really be ready to face that hard stuff. It's really easy to let that South Node pull you back. It's going to feel like it's just easier. So say it is an addiction that you're trying to get away from, and you just are having so much trouble. It'll be easier maybe to have that, to make the pain go away, to make the depression maybe go away. Instead of, if you're in a bad relationship, not sure where to go, and it's just easier just to stay. It's not. You have to face those hard choices. You have to just, put yourself out there and just be ready to really conquer those hard choices and put the work in. So don't give in to that Libra kind of not wanting to rock the boat, to that South Node doing what's easy. Don't give in to that kind of feeling. Don't give in to what's easier. Sometimes the easy way is not the best way. Use that Pluto to gain back that control, to unearth what is holding us. Go through the darkness. We have to go through the darkness to be able to see the light. Find the light, face the fear, and be reborn. Empower yourself. That is just kind of my whole word for this whole eclipse. This whole week is just find that energy and empower yourself, and let that shit go. You see that on t-shirts and yoga, and it's just, you gotta just empower yourself and let the bad shit go. Mundanely, we look at, it could be a little bit more intense on a mundane level, on a global scale, on even a nationwide scale, especially here in the United States. We are here in the United States going through the U.S. Pluto return. Is at the 27th degree, and with this new moon, there's so much going on in the United States right now. I'm sure if you're not even from here, you hear about it. So we have turmoil right now happening in the government. For instance, we have the Speaker of the House just got ousted. That's third in line for the presidency. So now we have nobody there. I think there's some kind of a fill-in or something. So that's going on. There's a whole, fear of this governmental shutdown that's going to be happening in the next month or so. We have our presidential frontrunners, both of them at this time, both under indictment for different things. They're both, kind of up there in age, which is concerning. And, just so much going on amongst just the people here in the United States. And I think it's in other countries too, but, I, of course, because I'm here, I see it a lot more. We have, crime is just skyrocketing. You see these awful things. I just saw this video of someone in New York City. It looked like a couple that were dressed nice. Maybe they were going out to dinner. I don't know. And a guy went over and stabbed the man to death. And it's just this crazy stuff that's going on. It's just all this just negative energy. It's just everyone's just out of control. And it, so much of that, doing things without regard for other people's lives is just happening, and it's really scary. And with this new moon, hopefully that maybe is going to stop, or hopefully it won't get worse anyway. It's just really hard to tell. And just even with just people not getting along, if you're on one side, if you're on the other side, if you're not it's you're either one way or the other way. There's no meeting in the middle right now. I get, at least here in the United States, it seems that way. So, being a Libra that I am, I like things to be balanced. I like everyone to be just happy. I like to see both sides and listen to both sides. And I think that's what we all have to do to be able to get through this without something horrible happening. So we could see with this Pluto return, just transformations in the United States of maybe just laws and just different things, with government, and who knows, they're talking about even starting a third party, because right now we have Republicans and Democrats, and then they're talking about starting a third party that could really upheave a lot of things, which, I personally don't have any problem with because of the fighting that goes on between the two. Maybe we need something, kind of in the middle to bring us all together, to bring both sides together to be that, that Libra balance that's gonna, balance everybody instead of just make one side tipping this way and one side tipping this way. So then that's pretty much the United States. Definitely keep watching the news, stay kind of on the outside. I don't want to, put the fear of God into you, but, it's just best to, play it safe. Plus, the 13th, the day before, is Friday the 13th. So, if any of you guys have those superstitions, I know I'm a huge Jason fan. Well, that's one of my favorite horror movies. So, that being thrown in there too, it's just going to be a doozy of a week, I feel like. On a world scale, there's still that Russia-Ukraine war going on, with Mars, Pluto, Eris, North Node all involved. It's so much aggressive, active, even violent energy. Eris causing discord, the North Node wanting what you feel that you deserve, wanting, and when you think about that, when you think about, Putin, is he capable of doing something because he might feel like he deserves to have Ukraine, or is it going to be vice versa? I don't know. You worry about the rash decisions that they may make. Nuclear war or a world war. It's just so many countries are starting to get involved in this now. And to me, being a person that grew up, in the 80s, I remember when the Cold War was going on and everyone was nervous because, you never knew what was going to happen. And, finally in the 80s when, things started, that got diffused, and the Berlin Wall came down, that was huge for me. I always had that fear in the back of my head that something horrible was going to happen. And luckily it didn't. So hopefully that will be the case this time around too. So, on that horrifying note, I urge you to look into yourself, prepare for that personal or global upheaval. Get ready, hold on tight, because I think it's going to be a little bit difficult, but in the end, I think we're all going to benefit from it, either personally or on a global scale. I think we just need to kind of, if we don't have something huge going on, if we don't have this really aspecting things in our lives, just kind of sit back, maybe help the people that do. If you know somebody that's going through something, a bad relationship, again, substance abuse, something, moving, anything that they're having trouble letting go of, counsel them, help them, do what you can to help them through it, so that, we can all be better after this. So be sure to subscribe and get notified of future episodes, like this, the next weekly forecast coming up. Looks like it's pretty intense. There's a lot more energy going on that we didn't even get into, so we'll get into a lot of that. And it's going to be a doozy of a next week heading into the eclipse. So I hope you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.